All right, welcome to Trust Factor. Mike Gandolfo, Tim Hooper.
Yes.
We are finally going to get to a high-tech episode. I don't know how high it's going to be if it's got me on here, but we'll have to see
It'll
what
be
we
good.
got. Because Tim, I'm going to be honest. Like I'm using AI tools every day, right? And I'm watching them evolve, and I know this thing is just spiraling out of control. Like more and more things are coming. I can't believe even the advancements I've seen from Google with the Gemini products that we have just in the last 6 weeks. It's been incredible. And I'm trying to, number one, I think stay up with it all, right? Like I know that the principles stay the same as the tactics evolve, right?
Yep.
And I'm trying to really get down to the principles and the philosophy behind how we use these tools and embrace them so that they don't spiral out of control and just overwhelm us, right? Like, is that a fair statement?
1000%. Listen, AI, by the time this drops, AI will have changed already, right? So we don't want to have an episode. We're going to call this the AI fire round, and we're going to do these probably once a quarter. We'll have a lot of high tech stuff throughout the podcast life, but every quarter we want to focus in on some of the AI tools that Mike, you're using in your brokerage, your agents are using, and also the companies, the brokerages, the high impact leaders you're coaching, in your masterminds, what you're seeing them use. So we want to bring that. And then from like the title agent, the mortgage banking side, and the brokerages I'm working with and coaching, like what are people using? We just kind of want to have like a little AI fire round. Here's what I know. Jim Rohn said, the future happens to the prepared. So for those of us who maybe think AI, and I don't think by and large, as I'm speaking, a year ago, folks were kind of feeling like maybe this will all blow over. I think now, today, most everyone is like, it's not, it's here to stay. So I feel like we don't have to convince people it's here to stay. That's kind of a non-issue. I think what is the issue, you just said it so beautifully, is people have paid the money. They've been lured in on Facebook. Hey, take this 3-hour course or come to Atlanta for this day. And then before they know what's happened, Amex card is like all these subscriptions, or you don't even see it because they like hide subscriptions now, like your Prime account or whatever. But it's like all these subscriptions to all of these applications that don't really deliver on what you thought it would deliver on. Or you try a tool for about 2 or 3 months, it just doesn't quite get there, or just leaves you more disorganized than ever before. It's just one more tab, one more thing, one more. And we kind of are like, I'm just overwhelmed. That's actually the biggest camp when I start a session on being the AI powered professional. I'm like, if you're scared of it, it's moving too fast, the regulation's not there, cheer like your home team just won. And a lot of people cheer. And I'm like, if you feel overwhelmed by it, you're just all this and that. And that's the biggest cheer group, is I just feel overwhelmed by it. So just to kind of bring this down where the rubber meets the road, we want to share a few applications that are absolutely working. I'm a big Chat GPT guy. I'm a big, and I'm going to share a mindset with AI that I think everybody needs to do before they go subscribe to anything. So we'll get to the mindset here in just a second. But Mike, you're a big Gemini guy, correct?
Well, I mean, almost by default. I mean, we use the Google Workspace for our company email and calendar and whatever else. And so, like, as this is all coming out, well, part of that was we get the pro version of Gemini and the pro version of Notebook LM, and now I'm discovering this whole other back end AI studio that's there, and like you can go down this rabbit hole, just like you said. And so the first one that I actually subscribed to outside of that, though, is I use Perplexity, and I think when it comes down to it, just to kind of get around my brain wrapped around this mindset thing, and I have to always remind myself, like, I know that when my values are clear, my decisions are easy. When I'm making principle-based decisions, I rarely make the wrong ones. And so we don't want, at our brokerage, we're not trying to replace our agents.
Yep.
Okay. So here I got 3 philosophies or 3 key principles that kind of center around the way that I'm approaching this. And then I just want you to tell me if I'm on track or not. Number 1, does it empower our agents to be better? Like, is it empowering for agents? Is it enhancing the client experience? and is it balancing innovation and tradition? I'm looking at those 3 areas
Mhm.
being the key of what we're trying to accomplish when it comes to the technology we're given. I'm a guy who does not like fluff, right? I
Yep.
think that lots of times in real estate we sell fluff. I want to sell value. And I think that
It's
if I'm
powerful.
looking at those 3 things, does it empower agents? Does it enhance the client experience? And does it help us balance innovation and tradition? Then I think we're typically going to make a right decision with the tool.
That's powerful, and I like that you had that balance in there too, because I think you have to understand who you're selling to. And by the way, lest we think that millennials and Gen Z and Alpha to be, like my daughter who's 10 thinking about buying a bakery up in Charlottesville already. I love it. And it's like,
She's
she's
global,
thinking
huh?
real estate.
She's down the road.
She's all, but here's the deal. You think they're going to want, we think, oh, they're all like techie and they're all this. Okay. Why did the Polaroid camera make a huge comeback?
Yep.
Why is like A-Trax making a like some of the novelties? They're like A-Track might
They're
not be
so
making a comeback,
skeptical, right? They're so
they're
skeptical.
so skeptical. And the thing is, they're actually the ones learning. Now, listen, if you're listening, you're just not even techie. Your generation built DOS for us. Like you gave us everything we respect you. Our hats off. But
Are you talking
technology.
about me? Like I've seen a C prompt on the screen. I know what that is. I
Remember the
listen.
floppy disks, man,
I
like
tell.
the
Oh man.
creams.
Oh yeah. Way before. Like
Yeah.
I wrote papers on a typewriter. Okay. I
Yes.
didn't get email until college. That
Remember
was.
whiteout? Like whiteout was a thing.
Oh yeah.
And you had to like wait for it to dry. So then when it came
Clump
back
up.
through the typewriter as you were like
Yeah.
ejecting. Okay. The typewriter was a technology. Your laptop, the thing that you think is your key. Like I love when people get hung up on tech. Like, what laptop should I? Your laptop's a portal to your customer. Period.
Yeah.
It's a portal. And if you can't make it easier for your customer, or if your portal doesn't make it easier, then you need to think about that. So AI, okay, where it's I think threatening a lot of us is it can make a reel in like not even seconds out of your long form video, but we took years learning and going to real classes and how to make stories on social and how to do all this. So I think sometimes in our brain we're like, that's not fair. Like I think the hiccup is sometimes I don't want to leverage that AI tool because it's not number one, it's not what I know, but number two, it's like I'm not putting the work in. I'm like, that's AI. Listen, if AI can deliver faster on a technology, that's a good thing. Your technology, the reason you had to put reels together was because the world went social, and the world does not like social, by the way. Like if we're in a loneliness epidemic. So stop thinking like everyone just loves social. The world goes to social because it's easy to consume and they can follow stuff and they can find stuff. Like I've wanted to get off Facebook forever. You know why I don't get off Facebook? Facebook Marketplace. Okay. Facebook Marketplace. Like I got a bedroom set I'm trying to sell. Where do I go to like Craigslist? Do I go to like the local paper? No. Facebook Marketplace. It's easy. It's the easiest consumer experience to sell something in my office to somebody else in the greater 60-mile radius. Facebook Marketplace. It's the one reason I haven't gotten off Facebook. And Facebook still has a lot of benefit for my business. But I'm a LinkedIn guy all the way. So for me, when it comes to technology, evolve if it helps get you something that has to do with technology faster. If it puts video's technology. Typing, I don't like to type. So anymore, I have AI transcribe. I'm like, all right, I want you to transcribe this exactly as I tell you. And I just talk, I dictate, and it becomes my typewriter. So when I'm on the road, I'm answering everything. When I get back to the office, it's just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy. I'm not thinking. I don't have to rethink about the email I read 3 times. You know what I mean? So if you could just start thinking about AI as a new technology, then you go to the application and you say, "Will this save me time over what I've been doing?" How many listening right now? You would say, "I'm pretty proficient in Canva." Okay. Did you think back in the day, I want to get into real estate so I can become proficient in Canva? No, you got proficient in Canva so you could communicate ideas and your marketing and your brand better to your clients and your newsletter to your nurture list. And you got proficient in Canva so you could do your job. Well, AI will absolutely replace Canva. It already is. And by the way, I'm not saying Canva is going away. Canva is run by some great people who are plugging AI into it. So you need to start looking at all of your little magic rights and all of your little Canva plugins. So the AI
They
fire,
just had their big announcement,
the,
last month or something like
yeah.
that,
So
right? Yeah.
so I think the AI fire round for me, because this will change so fast, is be honest with how much technology actually right now already sucks your time and ties you behind the computer. And then is there an AI that can do it faster? And then, of course, the compliance side of that is it an AI that's safe and domiciled in, the country that I'm doing business in? And, it's not going to become a threat and be regulated away where I built a workflow in this like AI that's no longer here. So just be mindful of like where the compliance piece is going. Today, we won't dig into that, but I
Well,
think
it is interesting though, because I thought about this the other day when I was driving, and we've got so much more of this follow up that's happening from cloned AI voice and whatever else. And it's like,
right.
how does that actually play with licensing law? Like, if I've got this unlicensed assistant who could have the sales price of a house in front of her, and she can't even communicate that because it's against her license law, like, well, how does that all? It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
It really
As
will.
you were speaking though, and you were saying that, something just clicked in my head, and I was like, the real key to making sure that you stay on top of this is not necessarily by trying to keep up with all the trends and all the stuff that's happening, but if you're just paying attention to getting really good about, hey, this is a repeatable thing that's happening in my life. This is a need where I think technology can help, and then try to figure out how to fit the solution to your problem. But you lead with your, I don't want to even call it a problem. You lead with maybe an inefficiency that you think can be more efficient,
Yep. Yep.
and then go 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 into the tech and know how to really start to manipulate is probably not the best word, but how do you manipulate through prompting and through setting up the custom instructions for a very special tool. I mean, that's so much of this really comes down to that, right, Tim? I mean, it's all about that prompt. It's all about those custom instructions.
1000%. 1000%. It's all about the prompt. So and prompt pay attention to this word, or this phrase, these two words, I guess. Prompt engineering. So I've been sharing it like this. Remember in high school, PE, right? PE used to be important. If you're in the military, it's PE test, Um, then you grow up and you have kids and like, so what's PE again? Like, everyone needs some PE in their life, some physical exercise. But when it comes to AI, your PE is prompt engineering. Prompt engineering. And it all starts with, do you know how to build a prompt? See, here's the thing. You're not a coder. I'm not a coder, but we get on our laptop and there's code behind every window. So the same thing is true. You're being sold right now as a real estate professional, a mortgage professional, a title company. You're being sold a solution from a capitalist who put a nice little pretty frame on the front of like Chat GPT prompt. So, hey, I have this assistant. I'm not going to call any of the companies out because I'm not disparaging any company or any capitalist who makes it easy for somebody else. But here's a nice little frame called this application that you can do this thing and it'll do like all your social media posts, or it'll do this for you, or it'll do this for you, or it'll do this for you. And it's all AI, and you need AI, and you need AI assistance. Okay. Before you subscribe to anything, and by the way, some of those you probably should consider subscribing to. But before you do, go open up Chat GPT or Google Gemini and just say, hey, just hit. And by the way, hit the record button. Like, stop messing around with punching in, typing in, because when you type in, you shorthand. Hit your record button. New thread, record. And by the way, Chat GPT at the time of this recording is 5.1, not 5.0 anymore. But hit record and just start talking like, all right, hey, chat. So here's what I'm struggling with in my business right now. I'm trying to post consistently throughout the week. And I've heard that I need to do more videos, not just so much static posts on social. I would really like an assistant, an AI assistant, to help me come up with content, come up with video scripts, and remind me on a daily basis to post, and also give me some ideas for the next 2 months, considering like the holidays and stuff. Because the content calendar I have is a PDF. It's stuck on the wall. I never look at it anyway. So, chat, that's my problem. I'm inconsistent on Facebook. I need to be more consistent on Facebook. Where do I begin? What should I start? And how do I effectively build you out as my assistant? That's how you go start. And then once it spits out, it's going to give you some, then hey, I'm not even clear on my brand. Like, can you give me some questions? Can you ask me some questions so I can get really clear on my brand? And then it's going to give you like 20 questions. Then you hit record again, answer all those 20 questions. You're literally in that same thread in AI building, and then just rename it social media assistant. And then you go there every day. You can even, all right, can you give me like actual copy pastable stuff based on my brand, based on what I'm trying to do, based on who I am in Annapolis, Maryland, what I've told you so far? Can you give me some actual copy pastable posts that I can like put to some of the pictures and videos I'm taking throughout the week behind the scenes? Then you're just like, so you're training an employee, an assistant. So that's all called prompt engineering. You're engineering a prompt, you're giving it your voice, using the microphone, more context, and then you're hitting record again and again, iterating to train. So if I could leave you with one habit when it comes to AI and what Jim Rohn said about the future happening to the prepared, you will know better if an AI program out there or application will suit your needs if you kind of understand the code behind it, which is the prompt. And by the way, these little plugins on your inbox that say, hey, use Copilot to help draft the email, that's not prompt engineering. Somebody's already engineered that prompt, and why it doesn't sound good and why you don't like it is because it's just a very generic AI trying to write an email for you, where you could do so much better training your own email assistant in ChatGPT and then use that thread to answer and write emails for you because you've trained it. So just learn prompt engineering, because then you're bringing your humanity to it. Now, am I going to go in there for private stuff for this, that, and that? No, it's like if I had an assistant who's writing emails for me and I'm like, I don't want my assistant to know that thing going on in my life. I'm going to write that email because it's private, it's personal. Then I would go write that email because it's private and personal. So it kind of is, again, if you think about AI prompting as you're building an assistant, well, then you're also going to have kind of that privacy protocol in there in my brain automatically. Just be aware. You don't necessarily need to go subscribe to something that's going to only deliver you something that's kind of half sounds like you, when you can go learn some prompt engineering that sounds everything like you. And I'll come back real quick. Mike, I want to flip this over to you. I'll come back with one practical hack before we get off. But you're doing this stuff too. You're talking, you're dumping, data dumping, brain dumping. What would you add to that, the prompt engineering side of things?
No, I mean, I think it was really insightful because like I'm trying to get these gyms, these different Gemini gyms set up to, and honestly, like what I'm doing as a broker is if I know I've got a Gemini gym, I can share the Gemini gym I create with my agents. So I can set up like a Gemini gym to be a basically like some sort of execution coach or accountability partner for my agents. And it's something that we can kind of go back and forth. But I'm also using if you follow me on Facebook, I've started giving out these little daily reels called Gandolfo's Daily Grind. And it's just really like whatever pops in my head. None of it is planned out.
Nice.
And so I wake up and and I'll record my video and then I'll go to the gym I've created and it says, and I'll just say, here's what I'm grinding on today. And then I'll just kind of give like you just did, where you almost like, I was so refreshed to hear you like just ramble on that prompt, you know, if I'm being honest,
Yeah.
because it's like, it wasn't really, really tight. So, you know, and I do the same thing. I just kind of like say, this is what I just talked about, whatever else. And then it will write the Facebook post and the caption and all that stuff that needs to kind of go along with the Gandolfo's Daily Grind. And the feedback I'm getting on those already, it's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And again, it's authentic video, right? Like I'm not overly producing anything. And I'm just kind of speaking from my heart, and they're about a minute while I'm making my coffee. And it's
perfect.
It's been great, man.
That's great.
It's been a good use of it for me.
So I would just say right there is you want to do something consistently daily, and technology, because of all the layers that technology adds to our life, it's not, I think a lot of people think I'm just bad at it. It's not that you're bad at it. It's technology has a lot of layers. AI is removing layers. AI is like your unfair advantage. It's removing layers. So what are you doing, Mike? You're good at that. You can get on video, hit record. You're like, boom, I can do that. Then you go to Facebook to post it and you're like, dude, what do I say? How do I type this? How do I type a caption for this? And then the phone rings and then tomorrow you're already into tomorrow. And then, I didn't post yet. I'm not consistent. I'm not good at it. No, you're good. Do the one thing you did. And then just you're using that gem. And by the way, mine, I call him Lincoln. So it's right there. Look, Lincoln, LinkedIn posts.
Lincoln,
So
I love it.
Every assistant that I built that I go to daily, I name it. Because it has a name, it just so Lincoln is my guy who writes all my LinkedIn posts for me. They already know my hashtags. They already know how I like to open with a question. So I just go ahead and say, I was just with this team up at the live casino speaking on AI, talking about human connection. And I'm the leader, Patrick was there, Sharon was there. I need to tag them. Thanks to them, blah, blah, blah. And it builds my whole LinkedIn post. And all I do is go do the @ symbol, tag people, and post with the video. Because I already took a video behind the scenes. Like I already have it. So, so for me, the consistency is like leverage AI and just go dump what you did in that behind the scenes. I was at an open house yesterday, blah, 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 blah. And then boom, there's your copy, paste, post your video. And stop overproducing your behind the scenes. Stop overproducing your little moments. Just show up, hit video, hit record, and then go post it. Have AI write the caption, and then spend more time on your long form. But we'll talk high tech long form video on another episode because it's a whole nother thing. But Mike, prompt engineering, dumping a daily habit into a prompt, just get it out and then let AI brain structure it. And by the way, AI brain knows kind of how to build a caption and build a post better than I know how to build a caption and build a post because they know the algorithm. They've read the whole internet. So why not let AI? It's like we've had technology like this big thing we had to learn, and AI's learned it all. Like leverage AI as your unfair advantage to get past the technology layers so you can show it more human than ever before.
Can I ask for one just clarification? Because I think
yes. Yes.
So how specific do you get on telling ChatGPT, because I know that's what you use, like their role? Like you are when you actually give them that kind of how important is that?
So there's a lot of chats I go in. I'm just doing some temporary research on something, or I might say, hey, I'm thinking about, so this is a training that I'm going to be bringing, or I'm thinking about getting a CE approved to teach real estate agents on this, but I want to cover this. I want to cover that. I want to cover this. What would be the best outline for like an hour? And then boom, 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 there's the hour. Then I go back through and say, I don't like that. Flip that to the front. So I'm literally building out a training. I'm like, okay, now give me a timed outline. Boom, timed outline. Email that over to my people to send to get approved. I'm done with that. That's one training I'm not coming back to. So I'm not sitting there saying you are my training now, because that thread was used for one thing. That's archive it. It's already sent out. I put it in a Word doc. It's sent out. Now it kind of got me what my people needed. But if it's somebody I'm going to every single day, it's like, hey, you're going to be my sales follow-up assistant. Every meeting I have, I'm going to come in here and dump the meeting, just what I remember from it from start to finish. And I need you to organize it in this way. I need you to draft my follow-up email for me. Like, here's what I don't ever want an email to say. Here's what I want the email to say. Here's what, and by the way, I'm naming you Victoria. And okay, Tim, Victoria here reporting for duty, blah, 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 blah. Here's how I'm going to structure this. And have you thought, and then AI, it's going to ask you, and you might even ask it, is there anything else I should be thinking of to make this assistant work very, very valuable for me? So, it's like I'm interviewing that thread, hiring an assistant, and then I'm going to hit some record to train. You like my cat in the back.
I love it. It's fantastic.
So, yes.
You got to check out the YouTube just to see Tim's cat. And
so check out the YouTube just to see. And Mike, one thing I was going to say was, can you raise your left hand for me? Okay, good. So do you understand, we're going to have to do that. You can put it down. We're going to have to do that. We're going to have to do that moving forward into the future because of AI hacks and clones and stuff. I would just say, be very careful how you clone your voice and your face right now, because there will be a massive tobacco label or regulated away. I think it's going to be tobacco labeling, where this was created by, this is an AI, and your customers are not going to want to see an AI face. They're going to see your face. So
someone said to me one time, they were like, we need to come up with a universal safe word that no one ever types into technology. So if you say, how do you like your biscuits? And you'll say, some sort of answer, and we'll know then it's not an AI because no one's ever put that. Yeah.
Yes.
it'd be really good to kind of that's really funny, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah,
All
I
right,
love
guys.
it. I think this was another good one. Listen, if you were with us on Saturday for our live event, thank you very much. We're going to continue to do those.
Yeah.
We're in the works for setting the January date. I think this is going to be a monthly thing for us where we're coming at you and making sure that we're delivering exactly what you need. And of course, this doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
All we ask is that you share this with someone else who might find this valuable. Subscribe to the show, either on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform, and leave us a positive review. And actually, I'm going to go a little step further, Tim, because I can't wait to be on stage with you again,
Oh, man.
which we are doing in January.
Yeah.
But if you are the leader of an organization, association, or whatever else, and you want to bring Tim and I in, we can help with putting together a half day or a full day training for your organization, and we would love to do it.
Yep.
Email address is in the show notes. Just reach out, and we're happy to take care of that. So,
Yeah.
Tim, great
Excited.
stuff today.
You
You
too, Mike.
are. I've got a lot to learn from you.
Oh, man, I'm learning every day from you. High touch plus high tech multiplied, not just another addition here, multiplied by high trust is your winning formula for success. Mike, this is great. See you next time.